Oh, the purple hair.
I know, it's beautiful. I love it.
God.
He is so cute. I love it.
I,
I
I, I had no idea. Okay, so let me do my formal welcome. And I just realized I'm wearing my workout outfit still. So good afternoon, good morning. Thank you so much for being a part of Trailblazers Master Course. And today we are talking about how to build that $10,000 funnel, how to build that opt-in, how to create money while you're sleeping. And how many of you would love to make money while you're sleeping? Yay. How many of you are already making money while you're sleeping? Okay, little bit. All right, so we're going to work on that. So I want to share with you a little bit about my journey on this process, and then we're going to go into this $10,000 funnel build. But I feel like I need to go back to a little bit of basics because there's a number of members that I've discovered right now who you don't have an opt-in and you don't have a way of list building, and really that's considered a funnel. And having that very basic, go and sign up for my newsletter or sign up for this gift, a way of building your leads and building your following is essential, vital. To me, it's like a first step in your business. And if you do not have that set up on your website or in your business, I'm going to teach you what's going on today with the $10,000 build, but I really want you to take the first step of having that opt-in and having that way of generating leads. Because when you go on the radio, many of you are in the Media Magic program, when you go on the radio, you need to be able to say, go here and get this free gift. Or if you go and speak at Orly's event in Las Vegas for speaker training, and you're up on stage and you have an opportunity to do a giveaway, then you need to be ready. So every single person that's a part of the Trailblazers or Groundbreakers, you all need to have some sort of opt-in. And it doesn't have to be anything fancy. You can use MailChimp. You can use Constant Contact. You know, I use Aweber as one of them. There's that part, there's a lot of very economical ways of creating an opt-in. And let me just walk you through the process. Basically, it's they put in their name, their email address, and once they put that in, the system will send them a follow-up email saying, thank you for opting in. Here's your free gift. And to learn more, maybe go join my Facebook group or find out about my events or whatever it is. Don Meyer, I know you shared a number of them that you had in our last meeting. So I do my 13-step expert power bio. I also have done a press template where people can come and get power words, press release template, sample template. So I have a number of funnels, and it depends on the audience. I even have one where I give away my book for free. So you don't need to have a ton, but it's essential to have one. It's absolutely vital that you have one. And it's got to be beyond a newsletter. People are not just signing up for newsletters anymore, unless you're, Richard Branson or a very big name with content. A newsletter is not what's going to cut it. People love giveaways, opt-ins. Tammy, do you have an opt-in? Do you mind sharing? Do you have something that you do on yours that you want to plug? And Orly, do you have one? Why don't each of you put in the chat room, and then let's say out loud for the recording what you have.
I'm actually creating some funnels right now, and I have different, like I have journals I give away. I have, right now I'm actually working on a business course, so that'll have some checklists and things like that. But I'm actually working on that. That's one of the hardest things that I've found for me personally is the funnel creation and sales pages. I have so much that I get overwhelmed with that part of it. But I have a ton of giveaways, mainly checklists, and sometimes I give away trainings on how to, become a bestseller, things like that. That's what I have.
Awesome, great. I'm just going to talk real quick for a moment about where it can be overwhelming. What I was taught was just pick that entry level. And part of why I did my 13-step expert power bio is, to me, that's kind of the beginning process for all the different gateways of what people can work with me. So I don't know if this helps you at all, Tammy, but they said find out, like, what's that first thing that you think is essential that people start with, and that it can be a gateway to many different things. So that's why I picked that 12-step expert power bio, because that can lead to all different types of things. So maybe there's something that you have that just seems universal, or it is a gateway. Is anything coming to mind as I'm sharing that? No. Okay, think about it. Okay. Lauren, and then Orly. Oh.
A couple of downloads. I put 2 of them up here, or a couple of free gifts. My key download is 7secrets.net, which is 7 secret scale-up success strategies. But I also have many other downloads, and I'm creating. I just created it's called an ebook, but it's really not, for my Nonprofits Made Easy. It's called nonprofitsmadeeasy.com, and we're just building a funnel around that. So lots of downloads, not all in the funnel properly, but I have them available. So I just trying to sequence them properly now.
Okay, great. And Lauren, what back end are you using? What are you using?
Aweber.
Aweber. Okay, great.
Aweber.
Okay, great. Orly?
For just one of my companies, the Health and Wellness Network of Commerce, we have an opt-in where they go and get a book of 5 steps to success, plus a bonus at the end of that book. It's an ebook. So that's the way we've been able to get people to, and it goes to MailChimp. We're doing, we have a MailChimp account.
Okay, wonderful. Dawn, do you mind sharing yours again real quick? And then Deborah and Stacy. Deborah, we're kind of going back to basics, talking about, before we get into the $10,000 funnel build, but we're talking about our initial giveaway. So I just wanted everybody to share, if you have a giveaway, if you don't mind sharing one of your funnels, and if you can put it in the chat room, that would be great. Dawn, will you share one of yours?
Yeah, so one of the ones that I have is my 5 powerful questions to change your life. And it's iampurpledawn.com/questions. And then I also have a meditation. Let me try and remember what that URL is.
Okay, perfect. And what platform?
But I'll post it in there. Anyway, it's a deep relaxation meditation.
And what platform do you use?
I use Active Campaign.
Okay, perfect. And Alex, do you have an opt-in? Alexander, sorry. Oh, you're muted. And then Stacy or Deborah, if you're just observing today, that's okay if you're just auditing. Just let me know. Okay,
yeah. Basically, I have a basic one, which is people sign up and they fill out the form, and I can connect with them.
And what's the giveaway? What's the opt-in?
What I give away?
Yes.
I have a book. What I give away.
Okay, and what's the do you mind just sharing? So just imagine you're trying to here's your audience for each of you. And so whenever you get on radio, anytime you get on Zoom, I'm going to encourage all of you to share what that opt-in is. And I love what Lauren's done, where it's Show Me the Money quiz. Like it's a specific domain for that. It makes it easy. Mine's shannongranish.com/power bio, but I'm sitting here looking at Lauren and some of what Juliet shares, going, we need to have domain names maybe to where we forwarded. Makes it a little bit easier. So now's your chance, Alexander, to see if we'll opt in, if you want to share what that giveaway is.
For right now, I choosing which one I want to use for a specific thing. So.
Okay, so you're still in the beginning. All right. So you may want to take to heart of what is that kind of beginning step. What's that very first thing that they may have, if it's a checklist, if it's a special report. All right, Deborah, did you want to share?
Yes. Our website is about to be launched. I'm hoping by Thursday or Friday, which is tomorrow or the next day. And right now, I think on one of the websites we're giving away my newsletter, but it will be something much more beefy. We've talked about more things than Carter Has Small Pills. But so just tune in next week, please.
Okay, perfect. All right. Great. So you're aware of that. And Stacy, do you know if PlatPay has an opt-in that they are using around the merchant services?
Not currently on a regular basis. We've done different opt-in things or different things just to talk about processing and tips and that kind of thing. But
okay. Great. So I just before we move on to the primary part of this, I just want to reiterate the fact that those opt-ins are powerful. And when you come to Mastermind Monday, it's great to use them. When you get on the radio, TV, anywhere you go, having that gift to give away will help build your list, which does turn into money. And as you do events or as you're doing a TED Talk or whatever it might be, you want to be building your list, building your leads. And that's a primary thing. Quizzes are great. Yep. Quizzes are great because you get to know who the people are and what they're up to. They are, it's key with the questioning with some of the quizzes, because I know that I've had some people go, this is confusing, and so you've got to be mindful and either work with an expert or get some feedback before you run ads and build it up too big. Okay, any questions about the basic funnel system before we get into the $10,000 funnel? All right, so some of you, this is kind of our third part, and I'm gonna recap what we went over in the first couple. I let everybody know that is a trailblazer that you have the opportunity to be featured and partner with us to where we're going to feature you as an expert. And using this particular funnel model to showcase you not only to our members, but to help you build this out and turn it into revenue beyond. And this particular model is a model that becomes like a 5-day challenge. And over the last few years, I've studied so many challenges, and I have to tell you, I've seen companies go from startup to blowing other companies out of the water because of challenges. People love a beginning and an end, right? They love numbers, and there's just something with these short and sweet challenges. And so in this funnel system, what we're suggesting, there's many ways to do it. I'm just telling you what we're working on here. In this one, you're going to be giving and there's a lot of different formats. I'm just doing a recap here, but the very beginning, you're going to do like a 5 to 10 minute teaching with homework. So every day you come online, you do a 5 to 10 minute teaching. This is the step, right? This is the step. And then you do some sort of bonus giveaway. And that homework that you give them, and this is really, really important. The homework must take them less than 20 minutes. If it takes them more than 20 minutes, the chances are they're going to check out. So you want to be thinking of, at the end of the week, what are you going to be offering them? What are we going to sell and market? And I'll work with each of you on this. What are you going to sell and market that will help you get $10,000? Maybe it's 10 people at $1,000 a piece. Maybe it's 20 people at $500 a piece.Maybe it's a couple of $5,000 clients. So we want to be thinking about what is the end in mind. I'm getting a little bit of feedback here. Okay, there we go. What is the end in mind that you want them to happen? Because that's what you're going to be promoting in the marketing. In this 5-day challenge, you're gonna for mine, it might be complete your press kit. Dawn, yours could be attain inner peace. I'm not sure which each of yours is, but in this challenge, I gave each of you a form. And if you don't have this yet, because Deborah, I know you've recently signed up since we've done this, I'll give you a copy of this, but I'm going to go through it just one more time. Now, this is not these questions did not come from me. These questions came from the Science of Getting Rich Academy and Brand Builders Club. So I know, Lauren, you're a part of the Brand Builders Club, but these are the questions that are essential to get your brain thinking about the 5-day challenge. So the first one is what's the one pain your ideal customer is experiencing right now that you can solve? And again, I have all this typed up, so you don't have to type it up. We are being recorded, but you want to identify that pain and the number one pain, because that's going to be what gets them to be involved. What makes them lay awake at night? As a result, the impact it is having on them and the others around them. So this is where you're really talking about the pressure, the struggle, for me with people, they don't have a power bio, they're getting more no's, they're wasting a lot of time and doing proposals and not getting very many yeses. They're having a hard time getting speaking gigs. I mean, what you know what that pain is. Number 2 is what's one solution you would recommend to help them solve it. So one solution, a solution I guarantee that will enable them to change this solution is. So this is something that you can teach. This is something that you can share with them. As a result, the benefit to them and the people around them are. So what's going to happen when they make this change? And again, all of this becomes the language, the marketing language that you're going to use in this funnel and in this challenge. Then number 3 is we want to identify who's your market. So we're going to look at how many percentage of male, how many percentage of female, what's their age range, what's their life expectancy, what are they searching for on Google? That's really important. What are they looking for? You don't want to come up with some not weird, I don't mean to say anybody's weird here. You want to stay in the lane that will attract people to what you're doing. So I may not say, oh, I'm a transformational business coach. People might be looking for business consultant, business strategist. So you want to be mindful that when you're doing your what do people search for on Google, try to get it a broad range, because we want to be able to use words, and this is the same in media. I tell people, even though you might be, Dawn, and I think you've heard me say this before, even though you might be doing spiritual work, you may want to use more mainstream work like meditation or massage or things that the general public can relate to. And then the 5-step solution. So this is where we get into the 5 steps. And so you want to identify a step, and then you want to give a bonus tip. So the bonus tip is really what people see you. First off, they see you as like, oh my gosh, she's giving more. Wow, she's giving me this information, and then here's a bonus. So the bonus could be not a physical, but a gift. It could be an opt-in. It could be a checklist. It could be an extra video that they might get. It could be some of you heard my 13 tips. Well, let me give you a 13th one. What's a existing client or existing or prior client of significance. So it may be just an added thing that you add to what you're doing. So each day you're going to give a step and then a bonus tip, a step and then a bonus tip. And then the idea is that at the end, they've accomplished something. They can actually say they've had a success. They've had a completion. And then that's the point where you upsell them into what's next with you. And why this is so powerful, Brendon Burchard, all of these people, anytime you're closing a higher ticket item, there needs to be a frequency. And part of why Brendon Burchard and a lot of these people, when they do free webinars, they do 4 weeks. Because then they get to know you over those 4 weeks. That your chances of selling those higher ticket items are a lot more significant because of the frequency. So with these challenges, it's every day, and it's 5 to 10 minutes, no more than 15 minutes. And then you're giving them some homework, and then we engage them in a Facebook group. So there's some logistics that we need to set up here, but we do want to have kind of this baseline that's there. And just so you know, Jody Hinkle posted her homework today, and you can see where she answered all of these questions. I know that Bob and Charlene are doing their big event in Orlando tomorrow, so they're getting ready, but they've been doing a lot about their pain-free living in this particular thing. So once we get these questions answered and we start, you and I brainstorm, or the community brainstorms, because we want to make sure is the homework really 20 minutes? Even if it's 3 minutes, like you just have to keep it doable. Then we start finding out the name of the challenge. Then we start putting together the emails. We need at least 30 to 45 days before the launch. Like there's a lot to get together before the launch, which I'll hold your hand in that process. I will be a co-promoter. Again, this is for the trailblazers that want to be in this particular model, where I'm bringing you in as this is one of our experts, but we're really partnering to not only showcase you to our community, but I want you to get 2,000 people signed up for your challenge. I want this to be something to where not only does your list build, but you can easily make that $10,000 in 10 days. So if you haven't done anything like this, let me just go through some of the things that we are going to need. We're going to need partnerships, people that are going to collaborate with you like me in this challenge. People that it could be existing clients. It could be people that are natural collaborators. Maybe you spotlight somebody on, like Orly, let's say there's somebody in your business in the speaking realm where you help people speak. And maybe there's a service where you have somebody that does a one-pager, right? I know you do that, but let's say you outsource a piece of that. You might have them partner where they come in and do just a short second of it, but they send it out to their list, right? So I want you to start thinking about who would be a good partner. Now, obviously, I'm a partner with you, but who else? Because when you do something like this, and this is really what I hope to inspire all you guys to do, is how to build that community, how to build that movement, how to build that impact. So be thinking about possible joint venture partners. Be thinking about, we'll work with you on the name. The challenge is really important. I've got some samples of some that worked and didn't. Do not go get your Facebook group. Do not do anything until we've said, okay, this looks good, and it's been kind of that stamp of approval, because we don't, and Lauren, you probably deal with this all the time as an attorney, where people go, right? They pull the trigger without having the infrastructure. You're muted, but I can see.
No, never.
So this is one of those things.
The purple hair.
This is one of those things that it's important to guarantee the success, that we have things in place, right? And that we take that time to go, okay, we're 45 days out. We've got the Facebook page up. We've got the intro emails. We've got the marketing emails for people to share. We've clearly identified their end result. We've got a couple of videos inviting people. And then we go into the challenge. And when we do the challenge, we come up with that scheduled time that you show up every day. And then we have to set up the back end system so that once the video goes live, that it also gets sent out to all the people that were not live, right? And during that week, you need to allow time, because in that group, we want engagement. Engagement is the key. So at least twice a day, you're going to need to either have an assistant or somebody check in, because we're going to say, tell them to post this, tell them to share that. Like we're going to work within your challenge to include engagement, and they're going to need to hear from you or an assistant acting as you go saying, oh, great work. Have you considered this? And that's going to be important during those 5 days to do that, because engagement is key. You're also going to need to invest some money in some prizes. And the prizes cannot be a gift certificate to buy something else. I have to tell you, nothing annoys me more than going to an event and people are giving something away and it's not really giving something away. No offense to anybody that's done that, but in this, it has to be 100% gift, and it needs to be something that they're going to want before they know who you are. Like I couldn't say, well, I'm going to give you a 3-hour session with me, but they don't even know what the benefit is. It might need to be an Amazon card. It might, might need to be an Echo. It may need to be something of significance so that people can win something, because that is a key part of them winning. And part of them, the only people that are able to get the prizes are people that share the challenge. So this is where the magic is. It's kind of like you're investing in them becoming the voice piece. So we structure that in there, that of those prizes that you give away, and you can do more than 3. Like I was a part of a challenge where every day they were giving away prizes just to keep people engaged. They didn't spend a ton of money, but I know that they did have, today anybody that does this, and again they had to invite people, would get them to come back and engage. And it's important as we do your 5 steps that we be thinking about how to include other people. And I'm going to pause for a minute after I share this because I want to just check in with you guys. But some of the really great ones, we also need to come up with hashtags that are yours, that we identify what they're doing. That's going to be key. And a few hashtags so that they know they have to hashtag and tag this, right? Because that creates that buzz of what's going. But this one challenge that I was a part of, it was beautiful. I mean, they showed up every day. They gave homework, and their homework involved us going and sharing something with other people, and we hashtag them. So this was like an influencer challenge, and I loved how one of us, go give gratitude to 3 people who've impacted your life. You do these hashtags so that we see that you've done this, again, to win the prizes. But it was beautiful because it got us going out and sharing. So when you're doing this, you want to be thinking about what's an action I can give in the homework that will get them to engage other people. Now, it may not apply to everybody, but if you can, you're going to be really levels ahead of what's possible. So let me pause because I've been going, but I want to check in with everybody and see if there's any questions. Yes, Dawn, Jody posted it in the group. And it's just her answers to all of those questions that we went through.
Right, and it's the Acceleration Club Groundbreakers and Trailblazers group. I finally found it. Yeah. I had a question. So you said that you've got all of this typed out somewhere? It's
actually in the group. So if you type in funnel, if you go into, and I can tag each and every one of you, and I'll put it in the comments too of this one. I'll put it at the top so you have it again. Dawn, you've been here since the beginning, so you have an email with it too, a Trailblazers email.
Okay.
But I'll make sure that each of you get that.
Okay.
And so what is good is if you do post it into a Google Doc or a Dropbox and then share it, because right now how Jody posted it, it's awesome. However, I can't really make any edits or suggestions other than in the comments. And so I'm really big into collaborative workspaces. And collaborative workspaces are Google or Dropbox. And then that way we can make edits or comments right there. And we also have a history of things that we need to do or undo. And it's important because we have somebody else in our tribe that was doing it on their desktop and then kept re-uploading it. Well, then it cancels out all the work that I did. So don't do that. Make sure that you log into whatever that collaborative workspace is and work in that collaborative workspace. Any questions? Let me just do a quick check-in. Orly? Is this helpful? Yep, okay.
Jess, I don't know what happened to the Google Docs that Regina had created, but maybe we could have a Google Docs that we're all sharing. Is that what you were saying, or that we share our own? Like I'm thinking if we have one central one.
Yeah, it's going to be too much with 100 members. So we'll need to have. Yeah, it needs to be yours, and then that way you can share it in the group and you can tag me, and then it stays focused on this project.
Okay.
And when you label it, make sure you put your first and last name. And then I would put like $10,000 funnel or super funnel or just something so that it has your name and funnel in it. And then that way it's easy to start pulling that together. Because Lauren, what I'm visualizing is first you answer the questions. Then I'm going to be giving you suggested emails, right? And so you're going to have to start creating your own emails that are custom to your challenge. So we'll have that in the document. And you're going to need to at least have 5 or 6. Then we're going to have your hashtags. Then we're going to have your follow-up emails. So this is going to be like this is our workbook. This is where we're going to be creating this entire system for your funnel, so that you can cut and paste and create once we get it approved.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Tammy, can I check in with you? How are you doing?
I'm good. I've just been keeping notes, and I think that the influencer challenge idea, that's very powerful, of having people share different things, because that's one of the things I keep trying to teach people, and it seems to be one of the hardest things to teach people is push that share button, but they do love challenges. So if you put them together, I think that would be very powerful.
Yeah. Yeah, and thank you, Tammy, for affirming that. And that's why I was saying in the beginning that it's really important. Like I was, when we started some of this back in February, I would, again, when one of you are ready, we'll put you in the lineup and we'll go. And it's just as important that all the infrastructure is in place and we've thought out each little piece of this so that we have the optimal impact. Because that engagement is key. So you need to make sure that you block your schedule to where you can get on for probably a couple hours that day, or have an assistant get on to connect. Because when people, you want to respond to every single person in the challenge. You don't want to leave anybody out, right? You don't want to just hard. If you want to sell them to $1,000 package or a $5,000 package or whatever that package is that we're going to be selling at the end, they need that personal engagement. So that's going to be important. And we do want to be thinking through what are the call to actions that you're going to be doing to get engagement and to get enrollment. And then we want to review the prizes, because people came back with ideas for prizes. And I just, I have to be honest, like some of them, they're great if people know you, and it can't be about you. This prize has to be really a standalone goodie that they get. Deborah, I know you're working on this stuff, so any comments? And you're working with an expert. Oh,
I can't. I just am not. We're not there yet, and we will be. So I'm really the least of it. I don't know much about this at all. So we're going to have, I think, many good things on the website. But I like this challenge idea. It's I guess it's 5 days, is it? I'm sorry.
It's 5 days. Yep.
Yeah, I could do that. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all good.
Yeah, and just so you know, nobody's required to do this. I just want, I've seen this over and over and over again really catapult people to the next level.
It sounds very good.
Yeah. And I want you to take, if there's any gems that you see for other parts of your business, like the thing with engagement that Tammy just shared.
Right.
Is there a way that you can inspire people to share what you're doing? Or, in the hashtags, you've heard me talk lots about hashtags. Are you remembering to use your hashtags? Those are some key things. So Deborah, I'm excited that you have a rock star helping you.
Yeah, could you talk, Shannon, about the URLs? Because early on, I don't know, it said to be 20 years ago, that I was attempting to be savvy on marketing, and we got a bunch of URLs. At the time, I think I bought 850, right? So that was ridiculous. Some of them I bought to use, some of them I bought as defensive. And so I'm really dating myself in the marketing world, and so much has changed that I obviously have spent and I think in retrospect wasted a fair amount of money. Yet ultimately, talk to us about the use of various URLs that are quite memorable, because I've always been taught about all right, get a URL that people can remember as they're driving on the highway. Like if they hear you on a radio channel, they're not going to remember Deborah and how to spell it's Debra, not Deborah, and so forth. How would we incorporate different URLs into our either this challenge or any kind of calls to action?
Yes, so that's a really great question, and just like Lauren, I think she got off here. Maybe the solution, having that direct URL is great. It's phenomenal, and so that just makes it, the shorter the better, the easier to remember. You absolutely are right on target, and there's not a fee to forward it to
Right.
whatever page you want it to go on your website. Now, this is off topic, but you know that we were at that retreat, Deborah, with the woman who made 21,000 like that selling her domains.
Yes.
Okay, so I tried to get into that club that she's doing that with, and they say you have to be by invitation, but if there's any you want to get rid of, talk to her, because that was amazing.
Agreed. Thank you.
And so, yeah, with the challenge, we will need your own unique URL. We will have, and again, don't go do any of this now. Like, don't go buy anything now. Your own domain name for that. And again, it can be on your website, but we want to have that directed to wherever we have the challenge information, the welcome letter, the welcome video. And we want to be able to use that throughout the challenge. So we will have an exclusive one for that. And the same thing with your giveaways. I love Show Me the Money quiz. Like, that's a great one that people remember.
Thank you.
All right. Any other questions? Dr. Liddy. Okay. So a couple more things with the challenge. So I will provide some sample emails. And again, I want to phase this. I want to, like I'm not going to fire hose you. I'm going to meet you where you are. So when you get to certain places, then we'll work on those next steps. But I will provide sample emails that you'll need to customize for yourself. You will need a back end like Aweber or MailChimp or something to have it automated, so that each day the information goes out where it will give them the training video to whoever didn't show up, or whoever's in that list. It'll also review the homework. It'll send them back to the Facebook group. If there's an engagement challenge that you're giving them, it'll do that. If you're announcing any prizes. So you will need some sort of automated system during that time period. But I believe that you're going to want about a 45-day, no less than 30-day challenge window where you're on filling it for 30 days. Does that make sense? And I know most of you have done events, and you can appreciate that time period of marketing is key. So we want to have everything set up and ready to go at that place. And then we want to talk about what's the upsell. What's the journey after that? Where are you going to take them? And I'm going to suggest it's something that's could be group, could be engaging. You get to decide, but ideally my goal is to have you hit that $10,000. So I'll be looking at the numbers with you of what is it and how will that work? And I don't, suggest it's something that's at least $300 or more dollars. All right, so we have 20 minutes left. I want to do, hi, Dr. Liddy. We are talking funnels and lots of fun stuff with funnels. Anybody been a part of a challenge that they wanted to share recently? Lauren, do you want to?
I think these challenges are great. There's all these sprints. There's so much stuff. It's very overwhelming. I will just say that it's very overwhelming. I think that everybody that wants to do something like that, pick one thing. Like, I have a Google Docs sheet that outlines my 4 priorities right now. And if I focus on all 4 of those and do a sprint for each of them, I'm literally going to lose my mind. However, sometimes these challenges, by like what Sammy Blindell from the Brand Builders Club teaches, which does make sense, is you need to be consistent about your time and day, not time and day, because each day, but your time each day. So if you do something at 9 a.m., and don't choose 9 a.m., and I'll tell you why in a second, if you're trying to deal with the West Coast, not a good time to choose, but choose noon. Okay, just like with Shannon stuff at 11:45, that's a good time. And if you have it, get you up at 11:45 for 10 minutes, every day or once a week, that's great. And I'm building a webinar program right now, and one of the things that I'm going to do is make it available at different times, but it's going to, they're my pre-recorded thing. But again, I think this consistency, which is really challenging for me, being the same time each day, but that's what brings you the people that can follow you and engage with you, and that's how you engage with them as well. So I will say that my purple hair actually comes from the first challenge I did, because a guy, it's kind of funny. So a barber in Hollywood followed my challenge. They want to scale their business, and his wife is the only person I've ever found that can turn dark hair into purple hair, Dawn, without dyeing your hair. So, because that's what I mean. I refused to bleach my hair, and I found him through my challenge, and he's referred a couple of clients to me. So it does work. Even all you need is one, right?
And you really want to be outcome focused, because at the end of the day, what's going to attract them there is what are they going to get at the end. If they're going to spend 20 minutes a day, let's say 30 minutes a day with a 10-minute training or 5-minute training, like what's the end in mind that they're going to get? And we've got to make it so worth their time and value of doing that. What's in it for me? Yeah, that's what they want to know. Perfect. Anybody else want to share? Alexander.
Yes, I would like to share what you were sharing right now, that I believe it's work, because what you provide right now, it's very powerful. And I can say that it's not concentrate only on an outcome as a physical outcome. It can also create an outcome as an attraction. You can attract people or you attract money. And when I start work with you and we talk about it, I attract not only physical person, I also attract the person who support things what I ask for it, and I was able to attract $10,000. Because I start working with you, and now I'm going through the next cycle to attract more customers, not only the people who help me to achieve my dream.
Beautiful. Yes, it does work.
Sharing this, and I know it's work. All you have to do is stay with the energy and physical attraction, both of them.
Thank you, Alexander. Well, I have to tell you, I have a lot of friends that are into MLMs, and I love MLMs. Done a lot of stuff with them, and some people with them. And what I found is there's all these weight loss things, and there's been a couple of friends where I'm like, come up with a challenge. Just give them a challenge. Create a 7-day model, a 30-day model, and every single one of them that listens, it just alters their business. And so ideally, as we come up with this challenge, we're going to do a debriefing afterwards. And that's so key to any event that you go to, as a speaker, as a participant, it's like really debriefing with your team. But we'll get together and do a debriefing of what worked, like what was, what made sense, what got the most clicks, what prize had people raving and talking, what got the most engagement, what needed more attention, or where did we miss the mark? What are things that we need to add next time, and what are we going to do next time? Because ideally, we can crack this code to where it can be even something that you put on your website. And I want to share, Mark Porteous has done a number of summits. He's built his list to almost 6 figures on doing summits. So summits are 5-day interviews, education things. It's similar energy to a challenge. And the last year that he did one, he turned it on automation. So we did all of the recordings ahead of time, and his sales were 1/3 of what his sales were every year where they had the live engagement. So I just want to let you know that as you're building out your systems and things that you're doing, we absolutely want automation. We want that funnel that we talked about in the beginning of the opt-in. And just know that there is a place where people want to connect with you, whether it be, once a month or whatever it might be. Maybe you do the challenge and it's on automation, but then that last day, you get on and then you do a Q&A or something like that. So just remember that human touch is really, people want that on some level. Okay, anybody else? All right, so I'm going to talk about just a moment about the giveaways. I'm going to back up just a second. The giveaways and the packaging of the giveaways are maybe something worth spending a little bit of time and money on, because you want to, if you haven't went and seen my 12-step expert power bio, it's a great model. I used to just give out the worksheet, and then my coach said, it's great you have this information, but you really need to put in a call to action, put in a website, put in your photo, and it's now 4 pages, and it just has no significance. So when you do your giveaway, spend the time or money or go to Canva or make it look significant, make it look professional. Spend that time, because that's that first impression. And if you're wanting to move people in a process where you want them to spend thousands of dollars, then give them something that looks of value, if that makes sense. Spend that time, spend that money, and get it right. And make sure it's edited. Like, I'm not the best at English, and people have told me, like, as soon as they see something not spelled correctly, like, they just check out. So be mindful of what you're creating. And Dawn, I love your book cover. Like, Dawn, on those 5 questions, and when Dawn sent that to me, I go, add the number. There's something in numbers always. So when we do the challenge, we're going to say 5-day challenge, right? So be thinking of, when you're doing your funnels or whatever you're doing, if there's ways to tie in numbers, psychologically, they've done studies that people are more likely to enroll, engage, take action around that. And when you're going to events, I often ask people, hey, do you mind if I send you my free gift? And in my AWeber, I have the opt-in from my website, and we've ran Facebook ads, we've built my list because of the expert power bio. So once you have that free opt-in, you can test it. There's things you can do, and I'm happy to share that with people, what I learned, because I spent a lot of money and learned a lot. And so I'm not saying go do that today, or if we do, at least let's have a conversation about it. But that free gift, you can do that opt-in and actually run ads on it, which is great. And when you go to events, I'll ask people, hey, do you mind if I send you a copy of my my 13-step power bio, or whatever that gift is. So then I have another list that says download. The email comes out, and the email says, it was so great meeting you at this event. Here's the free gift that I talked about. And then it moves them from this list to the other list. So it says, click here to get the gift. So then it moves them from the event list into the other list where they have the autoresponders. So everywhere we go, we can be building our lists, and our lists are so important. This is how you can go to an event. This is how you can do a TED Talk and get that momentum behind what you're doing. Dr. Bob! Yay, you made it!
I wanted to get on and say hi to everybody and hope everybody's doing well. I'm jamming, getting ready for the Orlando, meetings tomorrow. Starting tomorrow. So, but I wanted to pop on and say hi to everybody.
Beautiful. I know you guys made it pretty far in the funnel. You guys got all these questions filled out and working on things.
Yeah, we're trying to fit everything together. There's a lot happening right now. Yeah.
Yep, it's all perfect. It's all perfect. Dr. Liddy, can we hear from you?
I think I've unmuted myself. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, everyone. My apologies. This is the last day of graduation up here in Boston, and then I'm back down to focus on my business. Dr. Bob, good luck with your event. I'm sorry I won't be there, but I hope everything is fantastic, and we'll catch up when I'm back in town.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
Beautiful.
So here's my honest opinion. I have no idea what a funnel is, but I will read up about it. You know me, I'm socially inept with media. So I will read up about it and get started. But I'm listening. To me, it sounds probably more complicated than I'm making it. But so don't be surprised if there's an email or text or so from me.
That's perfect. That's perfect. And Dr. Liddy, I'm going to actually just go through the basics real quick for you. And then I'm going to invite everybody to ask your questions in Facebook if you can. It doesn't mean you can't send
Okay.
them, but then that way everybody learns.
Oh,
right?
fabulous.
Yeah. So if you post things there and then tag me to be sure that I get it.
Okay.
Because, all of you, any questions, anytime, anything you have going on, that's like your speed dial. And if there's something important, please text me because I consider myself on your team. So a funnel, and Dr. Liddy, what we talked about in the beginning is a way where people can make money while they're sleeping.
Love it.
And we're talking about an active funnel. So there's going to be activity and engagement. And some of the basic ones when people talk about a funnel is an opt-in. And so have you ever been to a website where they say, get this free gift, give name and number?
Right.
That's like a basic funnel. And so once you fill that out, that goes into a back-end system like MailChimp or Aweber or Constant Contact or Infusionsoft. And from there, once they get their email and their name, then it starts sending them the free gift. And then every so often, it sends them automated emails.
Got it.
And from there, the successful funnels, once they get the free gift, there's ways of moving them into customers.
Okay. All right. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Thank you.
Yes. Perfect. So if there's not anything else about funnels, I'm going to do a quick check-in. I have some really exciting news, and it means more marketing and exposure for all of you guys and added benefits for your memberships. And I'm really excited to say the news, but I just want to do a final check-in on the funnels. Any questions about the funnels? Comments? I can't wait to share each one of you guys with the world. Dawn, you are amazing. You've totally rocked my world. Deborah?
Thank you. You have mine too.
Each one of you have touched my heart. So I'm excited to do this challenge with you. Yes, Alexander. So I have had some major things happening in my world, which has had me evaluating my time and my focus. And in that, it became really clear to me that the next level of the Business Acceleration Network is doing lunches in different parts of Florida. So we're going to come to your area in Florida, and we're going to do a 3-hour lunch. And so what we'll do in that area, well, in Florida, we're staying in Florida. Sorry, Orly, we're not going to New York. But you can, and so what we're
Florida.
Yeah.
Another reason.
And so what we're going to do is we're going to do our signature things that we do at the summit. We're going to do our high performance networking experience. So we're going to teach people about collaboration, how to resource share, get them up out of their seats and start asking, how can I support you? And that lead exchange right there on the spot. And then we're going to get into the mastermind meals. And that's where we run the masterminds in the style of what are you up to? How do we exchange leads? Kind of like we do here, exactly how we do here. And then what do you need support with? And so for each one of you, I am going to go to our trailblazers and talk to you about being co-hosts and what that looks like. That's not I'm not saying give me thousands of dollars or anything like that. It's more of time and energy given. And then also I would love for some of you to consider coming and being mentors at the event. So the mentors is an opportunity to run the mastermind tables, and there is a certain format, and we'll have an agreement on how to do that and what happens. And then from there, we'll be sharing with people the upcoming summit in November. We'll be talking to them about the club, but they'll get a taste of what we do with our those signature things, and we'll start getting business done. I mean, one of the things that's so powerful about the summit, as many of you know, is that just those two experiences, like there's leads exchange, there's deep relationships, you break bread with people, and it's pretty remarkable. So right now I'm working on the schedule to do something in West Palm Beach. So Dr. Bob, I'm going to connect with you and Charlene once you get through. Fort Lauderdale, Miami, and then Tampa. And those are the 4 areas that I'm targeting to do something before the cruise and the summit. And those of you that are sponsors of the Business Acceleration Network and you've sponsored the event in November, you're actually going to be featured as a sponsor at every single one of those events. So that's kind of another added bonus that's there. So with your membership, your meals are included. So there'll be a spot on there where you and a guest get to attend these events. Right? So when you go and register, now please don't register your name twice. That was a little bit of a headache last time. Make sure that you register you, and then just register let them go register, and they'll put in the notes of who they are. But as a trailblazer, what you get is tickets to, I said, the events that we're having. So as we go to these different areas, know that you can come and participate and be included, or you can gift these to people that you want to be included. And then also anybody that you send, like I just paid out almost $800 in commissions this month, and anybody that you send that joins the club, you get a percentage. Anybody that you send that becomes a sponsor, you get a percentage. So even if, Deborah, you can't go, or Orly, you can't go, but you give those 2 tickets out, you're assigned those people, and I'll take care of them. And then if anything wonderful comes of it, or even if they don't, whatever happens, they're your people, and you'll get compensation. Go ahead. You're muted.
I'm unmuted. The dates for those mini.
I don't have all the dates yet. I know I'm looking at June, July, August, and September. So I'm going to spread them out, but it's
make a special request.
Yes.
For the ones in South Florida that you kind of skip from like June 12th till like for about a month.
Yes. And then we're doing this on a Saturday, so that you had the request to do these on Saturdays, so that people don't have to impact their business time. Perfect. Any questions about that? Is anybody as excited as I am?
I love it. I think that's a wonderful idea. I'm going to put it a plug in for consideration for next time.
Yes.
Considering the north side of Florida, like areas like Tallahassee, our state capital would be a wonderful place where I know folks get energized about business.
I'm totally open to doing it that area. I need 2 to 3 co-hosts. So if you know people in an area and there's 2 to 3 co-hosts and there's certain things they have to agree to, I'm totally fine with that. I just know people in these areas, and I've already got semi-commitments, and
okay.
So I'm totally open.
Okay, so I know some of the ladies from WPN up in Tallahassee. I'm happy to reach out to 2 or 3 of them and see if we could possibly do something together. I think that'd be awesome.
Awesome. We could. I'd love to have you as a co-host. Okay, hold on, Alexander. Lauren was first.
So this might be a little self-serving, but you know that my global TV show, which you know about, is launching today, the first one. So if all of you could like it on Facebook and join Susan's group, that's Shannon will be launched soon as well, her show as well. It's very exciting, and I just posted on Facebook, so please like my post and watch the show and join Susan's group, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So I just wanted to put that out there to this group. It's kind of cool and exciting. So that's it.
Yay, thank you. All right, Alexander. And then I know we're at the top of the hour, so if anybody needs to go, then I love you. And I'm happy to stay along as long as you need. Alexander?
I didn't hear the word Orlando. Did you say Orlando too?
Yes,
Because
we are in Orlando for sure.
okay.
Yep. All right, Dr. Bob?
What time on Saturday are you going to have these? Because sometimes we run into bar and bat mitzvahs that we go to on Saturday sometimes. So
It's probably going to be 11:30 to 2:30.
okay.
Are you planning to do Tampa or Sarasota?
Tampa.
Tampa, okay.
Hi, this is Lydia again. Sorry to be the voice of
No,
the voice of what if. I have found for a lot of religious reasons, Saturday for a large number of individuals is not a good day for business because it sort of conflicts with religious observations. So my thought is if there's a possibility for late Sunday afternoons or midday. I mean, I'm sure you've thought about this, but just my 2 cents in terms of, I've noticed, at least in South Florida, large observance of religious beliefs on Saturday that makes a business sort of meeting perhaps not something that they would do.
Okay, that's great. And that's good to know because I do want, I would rather do it during the week, not on a Sunday, me personally, because that's my day of rest.
Right.
So I'm open and I'm basing it upon, again, the 3 co-hosts that I collaborate with. And so Lydia, if you collaborate with me on Tallahassee or whatever it is, then I'm gonna work with what we think is best. And I am totally open, just not Sunday or Monday or the days that I would choose not.
Okay.
Awesome. Anybody? And we can't really see your smiley face. And so Stacy, I know you're one of our sponsors. Are you excited to know that you're going to be promoted at all these events?
Yes, I am. Sorry, I've been in and out. I'm in the office and I've had people coming in and out, so I've muted myself and come back in and out, pop in and out. So I apologize, but I've been taking in all that I can.
Awesome. Thank you. Well, I'm so glad. Thank you for all you do. All right. If there's not anything else, anybody else want to contribute?
It sounds like great. It sounds like great expansion. I want to say that, and I would say it's almost a necessary thing for all of us to spread our wings and bring in additional talent to the talent that we already have, and get it out there, get what we do out there. So I like the whole idea.
Thank you, Dr. Bob. Well, I have to tell you, I feel like everything that's happened to me to this point has led me to this moment, because my first company, I did a similar thing, but I did it nationwide, and I really should have, hindsight, to do that was too much. It just exhausted resources, time, nothing was done well. Does that make sense? And so to be able to drive, part of my criteria is I need to be able to drive there and drive back, right? And as long as I can drive, because I feel every single one of us, we can make millions within 4 hours of our home. I mean, it's been proven. And so I'm not knocking, I love traveling and doing it national exposure, but right now, I feel like that learning lesson has me really excited to go, okay, I get to spend time with Bob and the lunch, like at first I was looking at the dinners and the AV and all the expense. I'm going, no, let's just keep it simple. And the lunch is the lowest cost for all of us, right? It's the lowest. It's, dinner's sometimes 2 and 3 times the amount. We don't have to have fancy AV. Let's just come and create this experience. And then it's going to showcase each one of you. So it's helping, the mission of what we're doing here, to where you get to be featured as a mentor. So thank you, Bob. I'm so excited that through love, through life's challenges, sometimes we get to simplify and get clarity, and this is what's been birthed from it. And I get to bring
congratulations.
Thank you. All right. I love you. Thank you for letting me share. And yes, Dr. Bob?
I just going to say I got to go, so I'm going to get back to preparing for tomorrow. So I'll see everybody, and anybody's in the Orlando area and they want to show up, send them to the stressandpainforliving.com/seminar flyer, and that'll give them all the information they need. So thanks.
Thank
Good
you.
luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Good luck. Good luck, Dr. Bob.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.